I watched this video of this guy, and he's claiming to be sent by Jesus, and he's calling Paul a liar, and stuff, and acting like a prophet. There's no more prophet, guys. There will never be another prophet coming to earth. Okay? The Jews had their chances. Jesus was a last prophet to the Jews only, right? And then Muhammad came in. He's the final prophet. Muhammad, he's the last prophet. Okay? There's no more prophets coming. Okay? And for this guy, the clown, saying that he was sent, and calling Paul a liar, and blah 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 blah, and trying to act like he was sent by Jesus. Okay, Jesus is a prophet. He's not God. He could never be sent by Jesus. You know why? Because Jesus is a prophet of God, right? As many prophets that were sent to the earth to teach humanity, right? And they have told they have told you guys many times, many ways, that Jesus is a prophet. He's not God, and he's not a son of God, and stuff like that. Like direct bloodline of, that's not true, because God doesn't have any children. God is a spirit, right? And but it's only when he says my Father's house, what he's referring to, the house of God, the house of worship. That's what it means. It does not mean like he's being fathered by God, And and I'm gonna prove to you he's just a prophet. Okay, if you watch a TV show, it's called the TV show called The Warrior's Nun. The Warrior Nun. It's about these warriors, nuns who, telling the story, of the Bible, and how they came about to fighting for the truth and stuff like that, and also entwined with the Vatican. There is an episode there where Jesus is talking to Lilith. Jesus is talking to Lilith, and he said to Lilith, she made you differently. She made you differently. He didn't say, I made you differently, because that's the proof to you he's not God. You know what I'm saying? He's referring to God. Okay? And so watch that TV series, The Warrior Nun, and you'll understand that he's a prophet. He was created like us. You know what I'm saying? He's not the divine. He's not the creator God. You understand? And all the prophets they have royal bloodline. All the prophets. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Noah, Muhammad, all of them. Okay? Solomon, all of them have the same bloodline. They all have the royal bloodline, universal blood type. Or basically the universal or universe, if you will, blood type is you can give to everybody in earth, but you can only take from your own. You can only, you can give everybody. It doesn't matter what your blood type is. Universal blood type is the one you give to everybody. If there is no blood in a blood bank and there is a universal blood type, you give it to that person because it will work. It will heal that person. And that's what Jesus has. and all the prophets have the same. And the 144,000, guess what? With the target individuals, if you are target individual, or targeted by these people, and you do not have universal blood type, then you're not really a true target, you know? Because they did this intentionally. They're hiding the 144,000 from the masses, trying not to highlight that. So if you're being targeted and you don't have a universal blood type, you're not a true target, okay? Because it's a universe within you, you know? And they know that. Why do you think they created this disease? You know, I'm not going to mention the name, but you know what it is. CV virus, you know? Why did they create that? You know? To find all of us. To find the 144,000. Because they made people give their own DNA willingly in order for you to get a job or to get paid at school or go to or to just function, travel, or you know what I'm saying? They did this intentionally just to find us, the 144,000. It's not about humanity. It's about finding the elect. Okay? And that's what they did. They did create this to find us. And then they can, you know, do things to us, to destroy us or whatever they do, to hurt us and stuff like that. Jesus or Isa, Prophet Isa or Jesus, is a targeted individual. You know? He was targeted. You know, what do you think he got on a cross? How do you think he was put on a cross? Also, it's symbolic. It hasn't been. Also, he hasn't really been on a cross. This is symbolic to something else. Oppression. But anyhow, all the prophets were targeted individuals. You know? Tell me one prophet and I can tell you what happened to that prophet and why and I'll tell you the symbolism behind it. They're all targeted individuals. So these people have been fighting God or the divine since inception. Okay? And also, what I was going to say. Yeah. So watch that TV show. It's called Warrior's Nun. I'll find this episode where Jesus talking to Lilith. And he mentioned it to her. He goes, she made you differently. You know, he's talking about God. You know? And what else I want to talk about? Yeah, so this false prophet who he says that he was sent by Jesus and Paul is a liar or whatnot. He's what you call is a false flag, okay? He's working for the enemy, if you will, and he is right about one thing. He's right about one thing. Everything he says is not true. It's not of a truth. The only thing he said was truthful is the true inheritance rights to belong to one person or group of people he's referring to. He said the true inheritance person or people, they've been pushed aside. That's what he said. You know? That's true. That's the only thing he said was true. Everything else was a lie. Okay? Because you know how, Satan always has to tell you one truth, 10 lies. Okay? And that's what they're doing, you know? Yeah. So I'm going to include this video about this false prophet, and he's claiming what his inheritance. That's what he says. Because we are the true inheritance to kingdom of God, and yes, we're fighting these people, and he's controlled opposition. He's controlled by these people, who wear aprons and white gloves and big, pimp daddy necklaces, that's what they look like to me. You know what I'm saying? They look like servants, And yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Anyhow, I'm going to include this video for you guys in the comment section. You guys can watch this clown, what he's saying. Everything he said is a lie, is not really based on anything. I'd watch that Warrior Nun and watch that episode with Jesus talking to Lilith. Okay? Alright. I hope this helped, guys. And yeah, we'll stay in touch.